It's Kristina Dennis, Transformational Self-Empowerment Master, and I am reaching back. Let me see if I can fix this. Reaching back after having a few days off from videoing. Yesterday I had my son home from school. He had a staff day, or his school did, and so I didn't get to see him on Mother's Day, but I did get to have him yesterday all day to myself, and we had a really beautiful day, and I didn't worry much about, coming in and fitting a video in. It was just nice to have him, and I, in all honesty, it had kind of not a very pleasant weekend, and there was things going on in my life, and I'll process some of those things and come in and share them eventually. But for now, I knew last week when I was talking about the idea of forgiving my mother and working on that, or setting that intention, that there were things that were brewing, and that it was going to be that time in my life that I needed to really sit down and think about things. So where am I at on the forgiving? Well, all I'm doing right now is thinking about it, and that's it. I talked a little bit with God this morning and prayed on it, and thought about how I would approach it. I thought about letters, about what I would say, and I, at this point, need to just pray for the willingness to be willing, because it doesn't feel natural to me to I don't have my glasses, so I can't see who's sending me hearts, but thank you. I think it's Diane. Hi, Diane. Diana. Anyway, I don't have, it's not genuinely coming up. And I've thought about all of the times that, and all the lessons I've learned, and the people, and, a lot of times we can show our forgiveness, or we can, make a decision to forgive and realize that that's not going to immediately take away the hurt or the pain. It's a matter of releasing. The way that I'm going to look at it is that I'm going to release the idea of it being different. Release the idea and holding her responsible for a different past. And in my case, releasing the idea and holding her responsible for any kind of future. And that is probably the idea of what forgiveness is going to look like in this arena. I mentioned, at the beginning of the year, I reached out to her about setting up something for my son, and she didn't respond. Her attorney did, and that brought up new pain. But it was important that I ask and say it, because she, to assume is not going to help anybody. And I guess I just needed to hear it one more time, that was never going to be a role that she wanted to fill. And so it's May. Apropos, we just went through Mother's Day, and although I didn't have a lot of pain about her, I know that it's something that I want to turn the corner on. So if forgiveness to me is releasing her from any responsibility or accountability in the future, and it's releasing the past in regards to hoping that it would have been different, I think that the acceptance of it would be the next step. And so I'm going to start praying for acceptance, start praying for the willingness to be willing to forgive and to release this woman. And part of acceptance means that I'm going to step into the idea that things were exactly as they were supposed to be. They brought me here, and anything that's happening today is exactly as it's supposed to be today, because at this moment I am honestly doing everything I can do to fulfill my purpose. And for those of us who wonder what our purpose is, I don't think that, yes, some people just have this great idea, and they have this huge long plan, and they know exactly what they were put on earth. And I can tell you that probably no less than 500 people have told me, oh, this is your purpose, or, oh, that was what you were brought on earth. And obviously I think being my son's mother was my divine purpose. I'm not sure about anything else, but I can give some really helpful hints about what your purpose is. Everybody's purpose is to do good. Simple, right? everybody's purpose is to bring something to this world that's positive. And everybody's purpose is to heal from their hurts and their wounds so that they can grow in their love and pass that love on to the rest of the world. Everyone's purpose is that. And however that looks like in each person's life, whether it's as simple as saying hello to your neighbors, maybe you're a person who is, has chosen a certain lifestyle that doesn't, that's reducing your carbon footprint. I'm not sure, but everybody has that same purpose, which is to provide. I think they call it shakum in the Judaism. I probably said it wrong, but the point is to make this world a better place in your way. And so I wish I had more masterful language today to discuss forgiveness. It's interesting because I always like to Google and YouTube and see what people say about how to forgive your parents, how to forgive abandonment. And they were all kind of the same. It wasn't necessarily the most interesting, statement, oh, this is exactly the steps to take. But I do know that lack of acceptance, resistance to the reality of my life is not going to get me anywhere on this road. I do know that the key to moving forward is forgiveness. And so I'm going to work on accepting that the mother I had was exactly the mother I was supposed to have in order for me to become the person I am. And God has my back and my son's back. And I don't need to worry about my perception of the lack of support within my family of origin, because there are people around me that will support me and it will be provided. I just have to work on what's coming out from the inside and work on loving this life and being the best I can be. And I hope that helps you all that listen and watch the video on replay, that that acceptance is not necessarily approval, and it's not necessarily saying that you like it. It's understanding that this moment is exactly what it's supposed to be, and God's going to give you exactly what you need in order to get through it. It may not be what we like. It's rarely what I want, especially in areas of growth. But I can look back and say, yeah, I'm exactly where I need to be. So happy Mother's Day to everybody. A couple of days later, I hope you take the whole week to celebrate what we pull off. And if you have stuff going on with your own mom, maybe it's a good time to start working on that too, because that can only make my life better. All right, talk to you soon. Love you all.